like I was so excited about Germany. Like everything about Germany. I'm not even the kind of person who come and be like German burger. Like I am here. Like I'm not that kind of show off. UK one, the courses were limited, but the course that German offered, it was broader.
Okay.
They invited they invited people who were already in the field, experts in the field, people who are judges in arbitration. So it looked more attractive. And I also asked a lecturer of mine who I knew during my bachelor's degree to give me advice on what to do. He saw that the UK's own was quite limited. So he didn't tell me that choose this, but he just gave me the pros and cons as to either course it comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
The German course was affordable as compared to the UK's course. So that was what made me attracted to
Choose
living or
German.
coming to Germany.
Okay.
I was actually working, but I did my national service, but I was working at that time before I got the office. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I know that maybe it was very hard, all this process, but I would like to know what was the hardest part of your journey?
So like I nearly didn't get in because like for Ghana, okay, like most African countries, you have to create the blocked account. Yeah, so for most African countries, you have to create the blocked account. And when I was given the visa, they gave me like 2 weeks to go and set up a transaction to like create the blocked account. So like the time they were like, if you this is the window, that you have to create it. So there was pressure, At first I thought they'll give you some time. But for me, I don't know what of others, but for me, the time was limited for 14 days. And so yeah, so that period I was like, am I to go, am I not to go? Because it was quite expensive. And yeah, so it was still tricky, even though I had the offer. And also the time was also that time the course they had already begun. They began I think October, and like September I was still around. You see, so it would be like what we convince them that I'm really going because of the course. You see, so at that time, so that was a stressful period for myself and my family. And yeah, so even when I had the appointment to interview for the visa,
Mm-hmm.
they asked, the course have already started, what are you going to do? I was like, oh, even when they are started, I asked some people who had communicated with to send me the subject so that I'll prepare myself as I am in Ghana. So that was what I was able to try and convince them. But yeah, so I think that helped in my case.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, and indeed, it was your first time to travel, like from Ghana to Europe.
Oh
Okay,
yes.
okay,
Even from Ghana to an African country.
okay, okay.
No, yeah.
So I think also for you, I have a feeling that it was also a how can I say, it's a big opportunity. Like okay, and also when everyone knows about Europe and when they hear the name of German and you have this possibility, so it was something big in your life, I think.
Yeah, like I was so excited about Germany. Like everything about Germany, the country of possibilities,
Yeah.
like safety. I don't know, I was so excited, you see. So my dream of traveling to Germany was like a dream come true for me. And I in my own way, if I had the opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
I was planning to travel. The my mindset was like I would travel and stay there for a longer period. You get it? That was my mindset. You
Ah,
see, to
okay,
work,
okay.
not to immediately finish my course and come back. No, that wasn't the
That was not the
my
plan.
intention.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to know what was the easy or hard part for you to find a work, to organize in the school, to organize the way to stay? I don't know if you had already organized these things before you were traveling, or you have to set up everything when you came in. How hard or easy was it for you?
Yeah, so I honestly I was privileged to know a family member who knew someone who was already in Germany. So so he was the person that accommodated me when I traveled to Germany. So by God's grace, I didn't struggle for accommodation and all these stuff. And even when I lived with them, I used the blocked accounts. I saved it to help pay my fees. You get it? Because I didn't pay for accommodation and all these utilities. So it was a blessing for me to have that opportunity to live with them. Yeah.
Okay. And how did you feel in the first time, like the German, like the country was welcome or not welcome in the first impression? Because I think it's very important in life that even if it's your first day of work, but the first impression that you receive in the first day, it can give you the big picture for long way. How was it?
Okay, so funny enough, when I arrived at the airport, they were like, they will have to keep my luggage to for further checks. So had, so I was only given the opportunity to take only one luggage, but the others, like my things were there, my brush, my sponge, my towel, like all these things that I needed was in there. So but the family that I went to live with, they helped me. So even though it was a little of an issue, if I had no one there, like it would have been stressful for me, because the little amount of money is it now I'm going to buy the things I already have. You get it? So that was I don't know, that was a question mark there. But after I left the airport, like the scenery, the roads, Germany is a very beautiful country. You get it?
Yes.
So I was so excited, like this new adventure, like it was a nice experience for me. Yeah, so yeah.
If you allow me, I would like to know when you came in, you already speak a little bit of German. It was one of the requirements for you.
So for me, it wasn't a requirement
Okay.
because the course was in the English course. You get it?
Yeah, yeah.
And like the course itself is like international arbitration. So the intention wasn't even to work in German course. The intention was to work with international law firms that dealt with international people. So and usually the business language is in English.
Okay.
So I actually researched on it, and all the students who had passed that course, they were like, oh, like you can get a course here, you can get a job here. So it was I was like, okay, I'm good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Okay.
see, so at that point, and even when I came to the school, I actually arrived late. As I said, I arrived like 2 months late. So honestly, my intention wasn't to learn the German course. My intention was to catch up
Okay.
with my course. But after I was done with my course, I actually studied the German course, but not it's not into details though.
Okay.
But I had started the course, and yeah, I was learning German when I was in Germany.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And how did you feel you were belong to German? Like when somebody is somewhere,
I
just to feel if it's belong or it's not belong. How was it?
I know, right? Yeah, like, goodness. So personally, I didn't feel belonged. Even in my course, like the course that the German course, it was international students. It was like South Africans, Indians, Germans. Like it was diverse. So what made me happy was I met a Lesotho lady that we were able to link. So we were the two Africans from the course.
Okay.
So that helped me to like feel belonged. But in general, honestly, I didn't really feel that connection. And I think it's also cultural, because everyone has their culture. You may think this is normal, but to you it may not be normal. So I don't really blame them.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, for me, I didn't really feel belonged. Even like, okay, I have not shared this out,
Yeah.
but even in church, like when I went to church, it will be like everyone has their clique. It will be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, like in my outside world, I'm not that belong. I don't feel belong. Yet I'm also not feeling that sense of belonging. So where do I actually fit in? So
Okay.
it just had to take like some self-confidence and just build up my own relationships.
Environment.
You
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
went on, I saw that sometimes it's also cultural. Like these are the people they've grown up with. So you, the stranger, they'll not easily accept you into their, I don't know,
Yeah.
into their clique.
Yes. Yes. I get
Yeah,
you.
to understand where they are coming from and not take it personal.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. I understand that. And so at the end, okay, I just want to ask this question, otherwise I will forget. At the end of all this cycle that you had also some friends, like German friends, like German community.
Yeah, so I actually met several amazing Germans in Germany. Like sometimes people be like they've experienced racism, but I actually met amazing people, like kind-hearted people who I still have their contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I've not really communicated with them for long, but they were like, oh, they're happy that I'm going to Ghana. In case I want to communicate with them, here it is. Like I can still communicate with them. But there are other people that you just feel like they will not accept you. You
Yeah,
just have
yeah.
to move with your life. Yeah.
Yeah. So I also think that in your circle, because you say you were living together with this family,
Yeah.
then after you were on your side, you are alone, or
Yeah. So I lived with them almost a year. So even during the COVID time, I was with them.
mm-hmm.
And so it was time for me to find my own place. So even that period, I still had some money in my blocked account. At that time, I was finishing my course. I moved out, and that was when I finished my course. And so after I was done with that course, that was when I applied for that 18 months period, and I had the visa to work,
Okay,
like as
to look for a
employee.
job, yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
think you had a very difficult moment because I was listening your video and something like this. I wanted to know what helped you to keep strong and to be
Yeah.
motivated, because I think after you were struggling and maybe you could even give up before you decide to go. What keeps you still fighting?
I know that's a very good question. Like, so what's helped me? I would say music, like loud music when I'm bathing or something, just to shout and scream
Yeah.
my frustration out, and also prayers. Like I really prayed a lot. I
Okay.
really prayed a lot, and I also didn't focus on the issues that were around. Sometimes, like it's not as if I'm ignoring it, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't magnify it. You see, even sometimes you are in Germany, like the letters you get, it sounds so threatening. Like, is this for real? But if you see, it's not anything, So it would be like if I had frustrated myself, I had really were anxious about this letter, I would have just been a waste of time and energy. So I would say it helped me a lot. My community, you see, my
Okay.
community in Germany, my church members, friends that I had met really helped me a lot. And also my family. My family were the ones I could really, they know what was happening to me, because every time, like, I wouldn't share everything because I know my mom. As for my mom, she'll be worried about me. So I didn't really share everything into details, but I would just call them and just be like, oh, I just want to talk to you. So that comforted me a lot. And also I channeled that anxiety, and if I have any anxiety, I will channel it into like my skill, my craft, the hobby. I'll write stories, I'll try and research how to do animations, and the stories also encouraged me. You see, anytime I write a story, it be like concluding thoughts, like don't be anxious for anything, and be so it's always encouraged me, listen to what I am sharing out there. You
Okay.
see,
Okay.
so I would say these are the things that helped me a lot.
Okay. And which city you were in Germany?
Berlin.
You were in Berlin. Ah, okay. Because I'm in Berlin also.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live close to Neukölln, like
Oh,
Oskros. Yeah,
okay.
Oskros, Neukölln.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah. I'm also here like 5 years, but I was always in Berlin. Yeah.
Okay. That's
So
nice.
I think during all these difficult moments, there is also some success, and also there is
Yeah.
some thing that you can share or you can recommend. And I would like to know if you have something. In life is like that. It's not always everything is bad. There is something always success. So I would like to know, do you have any success story between these?
Oh yes. Like I had the privilege to publish a book, like so I published a book. It was a lady who advised me, why don't I publish a book? Because of the animations and stories I had written for some time. So she recommended a lady for me, and she also helped me compile these stories and eventually publish it. And after even publishing it, I launched it in my church, and plenty people bought it, which helped me so much, and it helped publicize my
Oh,
book, which was amazing.
okay.
And the relationships, like I don't joke with like relationships like that. I'm not living in Germany at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but who knows,
Mm-hmm.
my children, I myself may
Mm-hmm.
need someone. They may also need me, and I can push them up, I don't know, on the success ladder. So the relationships that I garnered when I was in Germany, I hold dear to my heart,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll really appreciate it. Yes. So the relationship, and like even the YouTube channel, I had the idea in Germany and I started it, and also the book.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it
which
was nice. Yeah. Okay. So I have like two questions. Then I have some like random questions. So this question is about. I know we are not able to change anything, but during all the process that you did from your country until here, immigration policy that you think that should change, like some rules that you can think that should change.
honestly, like they say, Germany is a land of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, even I saw an article that said that Germany and Ghana want to bring people from Ghana to Germany to work for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally have friends who are struggling to get visas to work. They have jobs that are waiting for them, and be like, you people say you want people to work for you, but you already have people who are there
Inside,
who
yeah.
need a, so like it's confusing. You see, so I wish something could be done towards it. And also I wish, if fine, I don't know whether the law has been enforced yet,
Mm-hmm.
that said that you get a job that is not in line with your course, it will not be accepted or anything, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish the person is skilled enough. If the person is needed in that employment they have offered to him, why not? How do you want the person to pay for the basic things that you want us to pay for? You see, so I just
Yeah.
wish they would be in the shoes of these people. Like, they want to survive, they want to pay their bills. You get it? Let's just give them something. At least they're not doing anything illegal,
Yeah.
and they're still in the country. It's not as if they're in the country. Help them to survive, help them to just cater for themselves. Yeah, that's what I have to say.
Okay. And you, after all, or you decide to go back, and I know during the years that you were here, your life also in your country changed? Okay, maybe you had a job, or maybe I don't know what is the
Yeah.
situation. You managed to get your job, and how is it was shocking, because I think it was also a little bit not a good time. I can feel on your side, like for example, when you arrive in your country, first of all, people they expect like, okay, someone is coming from Germany, everything is there, is bringing a bag of money and all this stuff. You understand? Then you go back because you say you cannot anymore. How was it your family to receive you, and how was it also for you to adapt again?
So that was the main issue that my family had. Like, okay, so the thing is that I was on a freelance visa, and at that point, if I had to stay after December onwards, I have to start paying for my own pension, because at that time the 3-year period of they not allowing me to pay was about to expire. So if I decide to pay there, then I have to pay for my own pension. You get it? And I was already paying for my own health insurance, which I was even struggling to pay in the first place. I barely even went to the hospital, but anyways, it's important to pay for your health insurance.
Yeah, 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 sure.
Yeah, so I also prayed about it. People may say that like my sister could help me and everything, but if you pray about it and you have the peace to leave the country, you just have to leave the country. So when I had the peace to leave the country, that was the issue that my family had. Like, there's no job waiting for me here. If there were any job, I wouldn't even need to even really ask them to see whether they approved or not. So that was the main issue. But when they saw that indeed I've just tried my best, it's not working, just calm down. So there was no job waiting for me, honestly. But I had a family that can accommodate me. At least I don't have to think of paying for rent and everything. But at the moment, I have a contract job that is like on a contract basis, not like on a long-term basis. I'm just doing some researching and also developing my skills.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing at the moment, and I'm enjoying it so far. Yes. And I wanted to also say something. You asked me like how was the reception and
Yes,
everything.
yes, yes.
So I'm not even the kind of person who come and be like German burger, like I am here. Like I'm not that kind of show off of a person. You get it?
Yeah.
So I don't have so many people around me who be like, what did you bring for me? Of course, I brought some things for some people, but I didn't have that pressure to please anybody. You get it? So no, not at all. And I also want to say that if you are in Germany, like eh, I know you didn't ask that question, but I just want to put it out there that just be careful about certain jobs, offers that looks attractive, that it may not be 100%. You yourself, you feel like it is not really genuine. Just be careful about these things, because sometimes when you are so desperate, you be like, I need this job, I'll do everything to get a job, but you may be scammed. So just be careful, research. Even though you are desperate, I was desperate to get a job, but I decided to research on certain jobs which I saw that it was scam, and by God's grace they didn't steal my money, they didn't steal my details. So just be careful, don't be too desperate to make desperate decisions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. We hope we'll keep in touch. I'm here in Berlin, and anytime, if you want to have a call, or you want to visit, or you want to recommend anyone or something, we can keep in touch. Okay.
Thank you for this opportunity. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.